Hi, everybody. How are you? This is Pamela from Pamela's Butterfly Life. Welcome to Grandma Mildred's Kitchen. And today is Sunday, May the 25th. Thank you for joining me. How are you feeling on this awesome Sunday? You're doing pretty good? What are you grateful? What makes your heart just smile? I am grateful for my Uncle Randall. I never made ribs before, and I got a lot of help. So thank you, Uncle Randall. I'm grateful for my family, and I'm grateful for you and for love and to give love and receive love. All right, let's get to it. The month of May, we are honoring those who suffer from strokes, and it's Stroke Awareness Month. And I have a special guest on, and I'm going to give you the details on my special guest. And he's right here, so I'm going to give him a awesome introduction. All right, this person is a resilience-centered leader, retention practitioner, and founder of the Lift Off Wealth Collective. I would love to learn more about that. But before any of that, he was a teenager facing what most adults wouldn't be prepared for: a stroke at just 16 years old. In 1998, this person's world changed overnight when he experienced a stroke that left him with hemiparesis. Instead of surrendering to limitations, he began a lifelong journey of reinvention physically, mentally, and spiritually. His recovery didn't come through shortcuts, but through daily discipline, deep faith, and a commitment to showing up even when no one was watching. Today, he combines his lived experience with a powerful lifestyle rooted in retention, clarity, and magnetic presence. Yes, you do have a magnetic presence. He's not here to just share. He's here to build legacy, radiate purpose, and share best practices for living with or avoiding strokes through discipline, mindset, and aligned movement. All right now. Whether he's trading gold or connecting with others in his community, he carries a calm strength, yes, that reminds us it's not what happens to you, it's what you decide to become. All right, and this next guest coming on with me is my cousin Daniel.
Hey, cousin.
Hey,
how you doing?
Thank you so much for
good to see you.
Thank you so much for being with us on Grandma Mildred's Kitchen.
Absolutely.
This is my
Thanks
cousin.
for having me.
Thank you so much. This is my cousin Daniel. So my cousin Daniel is Daniel Liverman, and he's my first cousin on my dad's side. So his dad and my dad are brothers.
We grew up watching them have a lot of fun together. Man.
Okay, look.
So many stories.
Speaking of stories, so before we get started, and also we're cooking, cousin.
Yeah.
What are we cooking?
We're cooking them ribs.
Cooking them ribs.
Yeah, see, she gave me that call. She said, Daniel, I got them ribs. I was like, I'm on my way over.
So whenever I have guests, I always ask them what is it that they would love to, what was their favorite food they want me to cook. He said he wanted pork ribs, which I never cooked. So that was kind of, pork ribs, and we were cooking cauliflower rice.
Yep, sauteed onions.
Yep. and some broccoli. Mm-hmm. So, okay, I wanted to share a story about Uncle Bert. I don't know, so we lost my uncle, which is his dad, in 2020. And we miss him. Miss him a whole lot. Yeah, we miss him a lot. But one story that stuck out my mind. So let's break it down. When I was growing up, now I told you we grew up in a very strict. Here, come a minute. We grew up in a very strict, like my dad and his dad was so much alike. Because how was Uncle Bert with you?
Uncle Bert was very strict, very strict. You couldn't do nothing. We couldn't listen to any sort of secular music. Let that tone sound like it got a little R&B, little hit to it. Man, we had to throw the CDs out the window. Well, no, we had eight cassette tapes back then. We didn't have no CDs. But
I was fine with going over her house. So, my Uncle Junie, which is my mom's brother, they had it pop in the 80s. I mean, they listened to Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince. But I was okay with, in my little bubble, I was okay spending time with my cousin brother. Yeah. So we listened to the Winans, Take Six. So I'll be at his house. Eric would be at my Uncle Junie's, and then Dave would be at my Uncle Junie's. So, they could do more.
Don't forget Fred Hammond.
Oh, Fred Hammond. So look.
Glory to glory.
Hey! So let me tell you the story that I remember. I was at Daniel's house. I was about 6. He was 3. I was 6 or 7. He was 3 or 4. I'm not gonna get into it, but I had to go to the bathroom. Number 2.
You take care of your business.
You take care of some business. And I there was no toilet paper, but I did see. I saw a washcloth. So I had to cleaning myself.
I mean, yeah, at that time, we just used what we were resourceful.
We were resourceful. So
yeah, exactly.
I remember, I don't know why I did this, but after I got myself together, I put it behind the bathroom door. So I go back to watching television. My Uncle Bert.
Like nothing happened.
He came, was like, look now. It's so serious.
I think he had washed his face or something to go to work.
But he found that washed off. He was like, now? Who do-da-do? That funny thing is, I never heard that word do-da-do until he said it. Who do-da-do on this red? And nobody said nothing. I'll say it again. Who do-da-do on this red? Anyway, I think I ended up confessing, and I think he wet me or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
so that was one story. What story do you have like growing up that you remember?
I got the story how you terrorized me in the neighborhood.
I told you I was a mean little kid.
She chased me down the street with a snapping turtle. So first off, you're like 6. How are you picking up a snapping turtle with 6? Where do you even get a snapping turtle from? We was in Detroit.
No, we were in Detroit. So there was a family that lived on the corner of us. It was like 8 kids. It was the Radley family.
Where was they from? Like Alabama? Like
no,
down in
I
the
don't
bush
know.
way?
Maybe, but they had like these animals. And me being, I'm telling you, I was like a stubborn kid and not always nice. Like I was a little bit mean sometimes. So I picked up that snapping turtle.
She's chasing me. Hey, y'all remember the Reebok shoes? I think I had a little Reebok, like little shoe. I fell out my Reeboks and I tried to go back and get it, but I was scared because of the snapping turtle. I didn't want to get got. Man, I had dreams and visions of the snapping turtle. I think I didn't get over that until like high school.
Oh, so I know I'm gonna buy you a snapping turtle for like a house.
Oh no.
You good?
No.
Okay, so no,
he's not coming to my house.
So we just wanted to share with you like a few stories about our childhood. Yes.
For sure.
All right, so
you remember you used to you used to like chew your wrist all the time?
Yeah, so I told you I was my own person. So I, some kids like they suck their thumb.
Yeah, I was a thumb sucker.
You did? You sure did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Daniel,
we'd be sitting there like, you'd be like,
yes, weird.
Yeah, no, it's just what we did.
That's what we did.
Because we're still like coming off being weaned off of the little pacifiers and stuff. So, well, you was off of about 5 years.
Oh well, yeah.
And me just like 2.
So I used to suck my wrist. I had like this mark, and they put hot sauce, and they're trying to get me to stop. But eventually,
hot sauce made it better though.
Oh, I don't know about that. It was spicy. I don't like spice. But the point is, by the time I got to grade school, kids were asking me about my wrist. I got embarrassed and ended up stopping. Okay, so let's go forward. Let's go forward with actually, Daniel. So right now so I had my cousin on for Stroke Awareness Month, and would you like to share your story about your testimony and your journey? For while you do that, I'm going to go get the broccoli and the cauliflower rice out, and I'll have him share. Here,
awesome.
Step in.
So I had a stroke in July 29th, 1998, and I actually still live with the results of it. As you can see, I don't have the use of this left arm, but I have full function on my right side. So I live with the stroke situation even as an adult. So what happened to me was about 28 years ago, 1998, I was coming home from work. I was working at Arby's at the time. And when I got off of work, I went swimming. Me and my brother was actually swimming in the backyard. We had one of those pools in the backyard where you can kind of just go swim.
Like, nice pool.
Yeah.
You had a beautiful pool.
It was cool.
Right?
Yeah, it was cool.
Was
it
an Olympic size pool?
Yeah. It was nice. Mm-hmm. But when I dove in the water, I heard a pop right here. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was strange to hear a pop in my head. So I remember I was able to get out of the water, but I was very, very dizzy. And one of the things I remember is that I was beginning to like lose sort of like my balance. It just was really, really wobbly. So I got out of the pool and then I came into the house and I basically just felt like I wanted to take a nap. Now here's the miracle. Now as a kid, usually if you have a headache or you feel weird, kids try to go upstairs and go take a nap. I wanted to go upstairs and go take a nap. So I started to hit the stairs to go upstairs and go to sleep. But on my way of going upstairs to go to sleep, I fell. You ever watch his hands real quick? You about to grab?
You got it?
There we go. Yep. So I was trying to go upstairs and go take a nap, but I tripped going up the steps. And I remember as a kid, I'm like, man, I can't even get up these steps. Had I went up the steps.
How old were you, cousin, again?
I was 15.
15?
I was 15
You're
turning
15?
16, yep.
15,
I hadn't hit 16 yet.
Okay.
Because my birthday is August the 6th.
You're right,
This is July 29th.
Okay, got you.
Now, had I got up those steps and took that nap, I wouldn't be here today.
Hello.
So I came back down the stairs. I collapsed on the couch in view of everybody. My dad was there. My brother was there. And the last thing I remember hearing was my dad on the phone with 911 because I wasn't responding.
How old was Nathan?
So if I'm 15, Nathan was 10.
Nathan was 10. So so Daniel was 15 and Nathan was 10.
Nathan is my younger brother.
Nathan's the youngest brother. But then how was Dana? Dana's the baby of the family. How
So I'm 15. Dana's 8 years old.
Dana's 8 years old.
Yeah, and I think Dana was down the street playing with Andrea.
Wow.
Yeah, Andrea was her childhood friend. Yeah, so she wasn't even there.
Have mercy.
So had it not been for me coming back down the stairs and then collapsing on the couch, I fell asleep and woke up 17 days later in the hospital.
Woo!
And I remember it was first thing I tried to do was move my left arm. I used to be left-handed, so I remember when all of this moved. It doesn't move today, but I tried to move it and I was like, oh wow, that's weird. I can't move my hand, and my life has forever changed after that.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
So okay, Daniel, when you said 17 days later, do you remember waking up? Did you understand what happened, or do you remember that process?
I had no idea really what happened. All I knew was I was in the hospital. I had a wrap on my head and I couldn't move my left arm. That's what I woke up to. That's all I knew.
So during this time, I said, so he was 15 going to 16, and I was just graduating from high school, getting ready to go to Spring Arbor.
And I remember you stayed there with me in the hospital, and you stayed by my side.
So I stayed. So when I tell you, so here I am, a senior in high school, getting ready for my freshman year at Spring Arbor University. But I remember it was very scary because I remember when he first, when it was almost as if everything was in slow motion. From the time I can't remember what I was doing, but I remember they were saying Daniel had an aneurysm. I didn't know what it was, but it sounded serious.
I didn't either. I had no idea what it was either. I remember later on I found out that most people that had aneurysms literally died. Like they're not here anymore. And then I heard the word aneurysm in an Eddie Murphy movie. It was the Nutty Professor. Mm-hmm. So that was all I knew.
And so like, during that time when we knew that he had to have this brain surgery, like immediately, it was heartbreaking because we didn't know. We knew that this is serious and how he could die. So I remember after he had the first surgery. Oh gosh, that's Erica. After he had the first surgery, they, I think. Do you remember after the first surgery they wanted to either the neurosurgeons wanted to go in again. I remember we had a big team. We had my Dr. Jim Bridges, which is my cousin. We had Dr. Brown, which was your neighbor.
Yeah.
We had a community to get together to figure out what was the best course of action. So we're working with the doctors, but we're also
had our own counsel too. And,
yeah.
And it was interesting how that lady ended up coming because she stopped them from doing a surgery that would have actually left me brain dead.
And then it was my mom too, because my mom she consulted with his mom, which is my 70,
Yeah.
and my mom said, just think about it and pray about it. She said, but if he goes in for a second surgery, they said so he might not have full usage of his one of his extremities. But if you go into second time, what Daniel are we going to come out with?
Yeah, that was the conversation, and it was a wonderful thing that I had the right community around me at that time for me to come out with the result that I have. So having a community and having a village is very, very important. So I'm just so thankful that the right pieces were in place for that to happen. And here I am today,
Yes. Okay. So can you explain from the time that what have you accomplished from the time? Obviously, you accomplished a great deal from 15, 16 to now, and how your life has, been altered. And then after we talk about, I'm gonna ask my cousin a few questions. Then we're gonna get into more of the symptoms and how to help those who you could be close to. You could be able to help save a life. But before you get to that, can you share with how your life has altered, and then the beauty of your life and still being here?
For sure. So one of the things that will happen to most people is they'll just give up when something like this happens. That wasn't me. I remember when this happened, I always had like this drive to still eke out a measure of success or to keep going. I just couldn't stop there. Like I'm 15 years old. I'm like at the beginning of my life.
Yeah.
So I can't just like stop. I have to keep going. So I remember I went to high school. I had to learn how to write with one hand. I had to learn how to write right-handed when I was actually left-handed. So imagine like you use your dominant hand, and now you have to learn how to do everything right-handed. I got a car. I went driving. I graduated high school. I had friends. I continued to I completed high school at a pretty high level, 3.7 GPA.
Very, very,
pretty much
very.
just
that Liverman, very smart.
That Liverman brain,
Liverman brain.
And I actually graduated with a engineering accreditation from high school. Was not what I ended up going into, but I did come out of that moment. So there was 2 years that I've had to basically kick it in and drive. It's like survival, fight or flight, right? Had to come right back to school and finish up. So I did that. After that, I ended up going to college. Went to Wayne State. I actually started into business administration, and then I switched over to like general education. But during that process, I met someone. I started working. I got married. I had a son. My son. I have a beautiful little son. My son's name is Levi. Aww. He's 11 years old. We'll see if we can actually maybe share some photos or whatnot. But my son is vibrant. He's a bright little boy. I love my son. Got married. So love is actually also an option for you, even if something like this happens. Because it's about the strength of your spirit.
Yes.
Not necessarily like what happens to you. It's how you project that strength and that confidence in the world. So I ended up getting married.
Yes, you did.
Yep. So that was a beautiful thing. Had my son. My son is right now, like I said, he'll be turning 12, and just love being a son, just love being a father. I started going to the gym because that's very important. One of the things is when you do deal with a stroke, you have to stay active. So I have a gym routine.
Hello, talk about your gym routine.
I have a gym routine. Hey. I go ahead and I do my stretches. I work out. I keep myself limber, and that actually gives strength to other people that see someone that's dealing with what I'm dealing with. Go through and keep pushing through with life. So in those moments right there, I'm able to be a light and to be an encouragement. I have my own apartment. I live downtown Detroit.
Oh,
so
gosh.
That's so cool.
His apartment is so gorgeous. It's off that freeway. So look, he has these big windows, right? Open windows. I said, cousin, I said, do you ever just be at that window like,
sipping that
here
coffee.
I am. In your birthday suit. Why not?
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. And he's on this like the top.
I just be out the window. I'll be sipping that coffee. Anyway, love me a cup of coffee. But yeah. So I've been able to string together some wins, even in the midst of what has happened, and just your confidence and just knowing that there's a future. Sometimes you have to latch on to something that will give you hope and give you something to be excited about and happy about. And I found that it's not knowing what next adventure I'm going to get into. There's always positivity to be found in the next day. I've met some beautiful people. I have people that actually that I've inspired. I have people that are just motivated and encouraged by my journey, and that's been a rewarding thing. But yeah, so that's with that. I think the biggest win really for me is getting up every day, leaving and being encouraged. You know, it's not easy to live every day and deal with something like this, but I get up and I do it anyway because I know that there are special people in the world. There's people that my life can still touch, and I am happy to share and add to smiles and just be a little bit of encouragement for this day. So with that, I'm gonna yield back to you.
Okay, now we're gonna switch it up. So let y'all, because then I'm gonna put you on cooking duty. So I'm so grateful for my cousin because during that time, it was just knowing how serious and how devastating the opposite end of my cousin's journey could have ended. But God wasn't finished with him yet because, like I said, he's still here. Mm-hmm. So since we're cooking pork ribs, I'm going to take y'all through that journey. Okay. So I told y'all, I didn't know what to do. I had never cooked ribs before. So for my ladies who out there who know how to grill, I don't know if Cammy Cakes, I think you grill. I think that's so super cute and sexy. I don't know how to grill. So I got up this morning. So last night, Uncle Randall and I, we went to the grocery store and I got the ribs, right? So last night he ended up soaking them in vinegar and I got it this morning. He showed me how to. So after we soaked them in vinegar, we patted them dry. Daniel, I don't know. Do you know how to make ribs? I've never made them before.
I've never made them, but I'm going to eat them.
Okay, look, because I'm an eater. So I ended up taking
I'm sorry.
So I ended up taking like the membrane, like cleaning the ribs, taking the membrane off, and then I used liquid smoke. So I rubbed the ribs in liquid smoke. Okay. After liquid smoke, I used this barbecue mixture. It's like a barbecue mixture. Okay. I used garlic salt, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, and
she has some great spices.
Oh, thank you,
that
cousin.
onion powder.
We're going in. Thank you.
That onion powder. Wow.
So I use that, and then I'm like, what do I do? So I ended up taking the slab of ribs. My Uncle Randall put them in foil. He said, put it on 4 hours on high. I'm like, sir, absolutely. So I came home, put them on 4 hours. I started like I think at 10 o'clock. It was finished at 2. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you, okay, so now I'm going to switch over, and I'm going to. I have a question. So we're going to switch. So the cauliflower rice is finished.
Hey.
Hey, get it, really. Hey, look, we are so silly. We do some dance. Hey, get it now. Get it. Hey, download.
We gotta get our rhythm right.
We gotta get our rhythm right. So this is the cauliflower rice. Cousin, have you ever had cauliflower rice before?
Never had it.
Can you get in?
Never had it.
He never had cauliflower rice.
No.
So it's so funny. When I asked him what does he want me to cook, he's like, oh, some ribs. He's like, oh, some maybe some you said baked potato. I said, can we substitute the baked potato?
Right.
So I have cauliflower rice already cooked. And then on here we have, and then he wanted broccoli. So look, right now it's just the steamed broccoli, like the frozen. So I'm gonna just get the water off, and then cousin, you're gonna add the seasonings to the butter.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a question. So since you're in this sense, do you feel as if with your journey you're able to obviously inspire? Can you share anything like do you remember something that like poignant? Maybe someone that was just like say giving up. Do you remember like something inspirational that you're able to share, or is there like a group or community that you work with? And then let me tell you about alignment. So when I asked my cousin, when I realized that it was the month of May was Stroke Awareness Month, I'm like, hey, in my mind, like, okay, I do want to guess, but who am I gonna have on? Duh, my cousin. And the point is, so you remember you said right now we're gonna talk about his socials, and I end up talking to him. I said, well, I don't know how aligned you are with sharing your journey, and it just so happened not even 2 weeks before you said that you started sharing more.
I had started uploading videos about my journey.
Yeah.
And definitely. And to get to your question about who's been encouraged, there's a stroke support group that actually I'm a part of.
Okay.
And just being a part of that, most of the time, like people are, like they're overlooked. They're not really encouraged. But me being there and being able to answer questions about things I've been able to deal with, the deal has been like an encouragement to them. I remember this church I was going to once, and the pastor's wife, she would see me walk to the church all the time. And she said, I just want you to know that a lot of people look at you and they are strengthened by your journey. And sometimes like things aren't actually shared or talked about, but you just know that hearing somebody tell me that was really inspiring for sure.
Okay.
But I've been able to be a part of a stroke support group. I've been able to add to conversations and help people with their self-confidence.
Yeah.
So those things are very, very important. Shout out to the BAMI organization at the Detroit Medical Center, downtown Detroit. And yeah.
Okay. So right now, Dale's going to get on the broccoli, add the seasonings. Cousin,
Okay.
can you add those seasonings? And then I'm going to talk about what is a stroke. A stroke, sometimes called a brain attack, occurs when something blocks blood supply to part of the brain, or when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. Part of the brain becomes damaged or die. A stroke can cause lasting brain damage, long-term disabilities, or even death. Okay. You got it, cousin?
I got it.
Okay. And
My seasoning game is on point now.
yeah, oh, it is? Okay, I trust you. I trust you, cousin. Okay, and then symptoms. Symptoms of a stroke includes trouble speaking, or a complete loss of speech, blurry vision, confusion, dizziness, headaches, mood swings, and vomiting. So, okay, cousin, while you're cooking while you're doing the broccoli, can you tell me what's the difference between, I guess, aneurysm and a stroke?
So they're very, very closely related.
Okay.
An aneurysm is a ruptured blood vessel. So you will have like a blood vessel. So arteries take blood either to or from the heart. Veins, I believe, take blood away from the heart.
Okay.
And in that area, sometimes there could be a bubble that's created within the vein or the arteries. And if there is a balloon that's created because there's some sort of blockage within the blood vessel or within that artery, if there's a rupture of that, think of like a balloon popping. That is a aneurysm. There's doctors that will go clip those blood vessels to prevent the popping or the rupture, but they're not always caught. So that's what it is.
Okay, so did the doctor, was it congenital? And meaning that, did you have it all this time and we didn't know?
It was in my brain as a baby.
So it was
in my brain as a baby.
Wow,
Yep, and it got bigger and it went ahead and.
Okay, yeah, you have to.
Yep, I added that. Yep.
Okay, so he said as a baby. Well, thank you for breaking that down, cousin. Warning signs. Daniel, what are the warning signs of a stroke or aneurysm?
So here's what I personally experienced warning sign wise. When I was like in the 8th grade, so this happened to me going into the 10th grade. So I remember in the 8th grade, I would come home from school and I would wait for my brothers and sisters to come. One day I got home and my right eye, like I lost vision in my right eye. That was a very big indicator. I also would have experiences with deja vu, where I would feel like I had experienced something before, and those two things were tied together. So those were like the biggest indicators. So if you know that you have, also had headaches a lot too.
Oh, headaches.
So headaches, deja vu, losing vision in an eye, those are key indicators. If you see that, go get an MRI ASAP. Immediately. Because those are indicators what the body is telling you that there's something to be checked out.
So are you saying that those are like changes, like small changes that we sometimes ignore?
Yep.
Or we think that...
Yep. Don't ignore anything that you may notice in your body. So, again, deja vu is something I experienced. I always had headaches as a kid. And like I got my son, I had him an MRI very, very early.
I know that's right.
Yep. So, very, very, very important.
Okay. What causes strokes? Brain aneurysm, high blood pressure. So see about getting your blood pressure checked. You know, just see about getting your blood pressure checked. If you have like headaches, it's stress. And then, Daniel, I don't know, risk factors. What are the risk factors?
Yeah. And
okay.
Continue on.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to actually just go back real quick and talk about what is an aneurysm.
I love him.
Yeah. So let's just see real quick. So let's see real quick, but let's just break it down. So an aneurysm is when a blood vessel in the brain weakens and balloons out. So just think about a wall gets weak and then it creates a bubble. Then what happens is if it ruptures, it can cause a stroke. So the rupturing of the blood vessel is what causes an aneurysm to become a stroke. So they're basically very closely correlated.
Okay.
Mine didn't come out of nowhere. There were signs, but I didn't know how to read them at the time. So the warning signs of a stroke, because I know we talked about that too. The warning signs can be sudden and confusing. For me, it was like I said, it was the deja vu, it was the headaches, and it was like me losing sight in one eye. That happened like a year or two before.
Okay.
So if that's happened, get that checked ASAP. Get that MRI. But the key signs that something is happening ASAP or immediately is FAST. Your face droops. You experience arm weakness. You get speech difficulty, like it's difficult to talk. And that's when it's time to call 911.
Yes, Lord.
In my case, I had what's called a AVM. So I had a arterial venereal malformation. All that means is, because you're not going to really know what that is in a moment, but what it was I had a tangle of blood vessels from when I was a baby that basically did not get detected just through my childhood. So it grew, got bigger, and then it got weaker. And at the age of 15, in 1998, it ruptured when I went swimming. So that's really like the definitions and some of the risk factors that I wanted to share. Back to you.
Okay. All right. And now, gosh, it's my Uncle Randall. It's okay. So, cousin, can you? So, right now I'm plating. So, this is your plate. So, you have a big plate. I just have tiny. So, we're getting ready to plate and the ribs. Oh, so after the 4 hours, and this is the end result, honey. This is the end result of my ribs. Okay, baby, you don't need no teeth. I'm just saying.
Shakala.
Oh gosh.
Shata.
Okay. So here. So I'm going to put this here, cousin. You can finish plating, and let's talk about really quickly. So we talked about what causes strokes. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, so the importance of managing your blood pressure. I think blood pressure is a little tricky. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I think we have a tendency, and I salt. I love salt on my food. Not overly salted, but honey, I use salt. I've never had an issue, even when I was 310 pounds, I never had an issue with my blood pressure. Even as a big girl, my blood pressure always, it's like 120/80. And right now, it reads like lower, like, 90, like 98, 100, over 70, so, but manage your blood pressure. And but that's a whole nother topic. I'm not going to get into the salt, but check on your body.
Beets is also really good. Eating beets.
Oh, beets. You hear my cousin? My cousin said beets.
Yeah.
Oh, cousin. Oh no, this is your plate. This is I'm so sweet. No, because all this I just want like one little piece. Here, can I take this one?
Yep, you sure can.
And then you can put the rest on your plate.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, put these two on.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want a little bit.
I got you.
Okay. Thank y'all. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for joining me on Grandma Mildred's Kitchen. Wait. Manage your blood pressure. Oh goodness. Check your cholesterol. Oh, eat plenty of healthy foods. What foods? Just notice what you're noticing. What foods make you feel good? what foods gives you energy and what foods take away energy. I'm not going to demonize food, but there are foods that we know that are good for us. We know that the foods that are not good for us. Think about that. And maintain a healthy body weight. What does that look like to you? It varies. It's like, okay, I'm 5. I'm not going to get into with numbers because that's not important. But I'm 5'2.5", and I want my weight to stay at a certain number that feels good to me. What number would you want for yourself? What number? What is that number? How does that feel even in this moment? Okay, get regular physical activity. Move. I told y'all when I was on my video, when I was dancing for my future husband, move in ways that make you feel good. It doesn't have to be like, oh gosh, I have to go to the gym. No, not I have to. I get to change the way you reframe working out. I get to move my bodies in so many different pleasurable ways. You know, whether you want to, what is it? Trap karaoke. You know, you want to dance. You want to Zumba. You want to roller skate, rollerblade. Just move your body in ways, and it's not for weight loss. I lost 110 pounds without exercising. I didn't even incorporate yoga, Pilates until I lost 110 pounds. In the last 30 pounds, I started working out and just moved my body. So how do you want to move your body? Okay, quit smoking. If you're a smoker, quit smoking. You know, right? Quit smoking. Stress relief. I think stress. What did it say, cousin? Stress is a silent killer.
Yeah, stress is a silent killer.
It's a silent killer.
And it actually will create chemicals inside of yourself that will work against your body. So stay stress free.
Yes.
It's one of those unknown topics and one of those unknown things, but stress is terrible for yourself on the inside. Meditation is cool.
Okay, hello.
Yep.
Prayer, meditation, yoga, breath work. I think we're constantly living in stress. We don't even know that we're having these shallow breaths. We're just always like on 10, like that hypervigilant. No, just breathe in, breathe out. And because we're always in the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight, freeze or fawn, just relax so you can rest and digest. Find awesome activities that whether you want to color, adult coloring, poetry, sewing, hobbies, golf, anything that makes you feel good and alive. Get some good, get vitamin D, get sun. If you're vitamin D deficient, you can go to your doctor, get vitamin D pills. What else? Drawing, yes, hobbies, volunteer work. When you pour into somebody else or a group or another person, that obviously is good for your heart. So are y'all ready for the food?
Yeah,
all right,
ready.
Cousin, can you bring your plate over? You can show the finished result, the end result. Look at this big man plate. Hello, husband. So we have the ribs, we have the broccoli, a little caramelized onion, and cauliflower rice. Okay, and then I have this, and this is my plate. So here, cousin, this is your plate, and this is my plate. I have just one because y'all know I eat early. I'm just gonna take a bite for y'all, and then for him, I got that Sweet Baby Ray's.
Oh yeah.
And so I want him to eat it with it and without it. You can tell me what you think.
Right over there.
Hey. All right, you want to get you a fork, cousin?
I'm gonna give me a fork.
All right, we're going to he bless the food really quickly. So no, thank you Daniel. Thank you so much for being on.
Absolutely, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
On Grandma Mildred's Kitchen.
Yeah.
All right, you bless the food?
I sure will. Father, bless this food, make it good to taste, and I already know that that's done.
Okay.
We thank you for causing this meal to nourish our body. We thank you that this message will go out and help other people about knowing about stroke awareness and what to look out for. And we just thank you for this moment. We could come together and enjoy this food and this fellowship. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. And please, if you like my comment, if you like my what is it? What am I trying to say?
Yeah, if you like the video, the content.
Yes, the content, please like, share, and not subscribe, but just share if you think I'm funny and also helpful.
Yep, share the message.
Because I'm a health coach and teacher at your service. All right, cousin.
Yeah.
What do you want to try first?
Let's get into these onions real quick.
Okay, let's get to the onions. Now, these are just onions. He was like, I want some caramelized onions. I'm like, okay. And I love onions. I can just eat onions plain. Would you think? Ready?
That butter.
That Kerrygold butter, baby. Hello.
Whoa.
What you want to try? Broccoli? Broccoli? Ooh. Tell me about the flavors, cousin. What you think?
I'm getting buttery. I'm getting garlic. I'm getting spices. I'm getting seasoning. I'm getting yum.
I remember really quickly. I remember when he was in the hospital. I stay in the hospital room with him day after day.
Yep.
I only went home maybe to take a really good shower, and I was back at the hospital. And I was singing to him Mariah Carey. I give my all to her. Just one more night with you. Get it.
I give my
To be. I mean, it was a love song, and it's my cousin. But that's how I felt. I just miss my baby. You'll be all right. Okay, wait, cousin. We got to get into cauliflower rice. You said you never tried cauliflower rice?
Never tried it. Let's get it.
Are you ready? Now, because I know.
So tell me about this cauliflower rice. Why should we consume this?
Well, we should consume it because take your first bite and then tell me what you think. Honestly, it's okay. No, be honest. Please be honest. Please be honest. Just be honest. Be honest. They don't hit like rice. I've been trying to tell my parents, and my family don't cauliflower rice for like 5 years. No, be honest. No.
It don't hit like rice, but you can season it. If you season it, you can get it down. But
you can get it down.
I still need my rice.
You got some cauliflower rice?
I can't get outside like that. So it's cool.
It's cool.
It has some seasoning, but it reminds me like of like say like grits. It's like grits that you season really well.
Oh shoot! I can't tell him. I was like, no, be honest. He had those slow. You were like chewing slowly. I'm like, oh no, be honest. Okay, so you're not sold the cauliflower rice. I love it. I mean, I said with that season. Okay.
I mean, it's light. It's vibrant.
It's vibrant. Okay, thank you, cousin.
Add some lemon to it, maybe.
Hello. Okay,
let me hit that with some lemon.
I said, be honest. Oh, now we're gonna hit up this last one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, which you put the lemon on again?
Yeah. Hit a little lemon.
For the cauliflower rice.
And the cauliflower rice.
You said it'll help get it down. Dang. You got it, cousin?
Yep.
I know that's right. And then we take a bite of these ribs. So yeah, so I'm so grateful for you, and I'm praying that this if anything that you're going through, physically, mentally, spiritually, just know that there's a purpose even in the pain.
Yeah,
there's a purpose in the pain, and it's for testimony. My cousin's here right now. Right now. May 25th, 2020, to be of service. God brought him here to be of service.
You know, someone actually told me I started making content about being encouraged when your body looks different. One of the things is we live in a very body aware society, right? So I was telling someone they had just went through a stroke, and it was about 2 years ago. And you know, I told this person I did a video where I was actually like shaving in the mirror, and I was spraying on a little cologne, and I said, listen, you got to take care of yourself. Love the skin you're in. I got a message on my video, and basically the girl said, listen, I haven't left the house in like 2 weeks, and I'm not really taking care of myself. Thank you for posting this, because I have to remember to accept me for me, and I have to take care of myself. So she was really happy that I shared that content. So just wanted to say, listen, wherever you are beautiful in your skin. Love the skin you're in.
Aww.
And just move on with life. Be encouraged. Even if other people don't understand you, there's a God up above who does. So lean into that, and there's always a purpose for living. Find that thing that's gonna make you smile, and move forward with it. Take this information and, let's live this life, and let's live out this journey, because other people will be inspired by your story.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I want to get into these ribs.
All right.
Me too. Thank you, cousin. No, seriously. Thank you for
your. My daddy was a preacher.
Yes, Uncle Bert. Yes. Can we get into these ribs? Hold on, really quickly. No, really. Wait. Ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
And thank you so much for your encouragement and for being on.
Absolutely.
For Grandma Mildred's Kitchen, and being encouragement for others who could be going through a similar journey. But anyway, I'm grateful. Okay, ready? Yeah. Get into it. So go. Oh. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
It's so good.
So soft.
What about you? Can you tell about the flavors? What are you tasting?
I'm tasting seasoning, garlic. Tasting spices. Nice little rub on here.
Okay.
I'm gonna dip in this hot sauce.
Thank you, Uncle Randall.
Uncle Randall, shout out to you. This is really good. And they're falling off the bone, which is not hard, not easy to do. To get them to be this soft is definitely a feat. So it takes some skill to do that.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Okay, well, we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
Got the little sweet baby rays. We so black. Yeah, sweet baby rays.
Look at that.
Oh wait! Oh my gosh! No, I forgot dessert.
Oh yeah.
So look. No, wait. So wait. He's talking about. So look, I'm at the store at 6:30 in the morning. Right? And I was like, cousin. No, I was like, cousin. I asked him like a couple years ago, what's your favorite ice cream? What'd you say your favorite ice cream? What's
butter
your favorite
pecan.
Ice cream?
Butter
said,
pecan.
You got ice cream like you 65-year-old black woman. I was cracking up. So I told him, call me. I said, call me if you want another dessert. So of course, he missed the call. So he told me what you say. What did you say, cousin? You're like, what'd you say about it?
I was like, man, I was trying to rush that phone and tell you about that apple pie.
Yeah, and he's like,
I said, there's been an update. Yeah, the apple pie now. 2000 was butter pecan, but you ain't get the update. So I was trying to call her back.
What'd you say?
Give her the update. Once she said butter pecan, I was like, oh, she ain't got the update.
He's like, no, where's apple pie?
I was trying to call you back like, no, bring the apple pie. But hey, I'm grateful. We can go ahead and take that prior update dessert as well.
Okay, so if you have a sweet tooth, like my cousin, you're gonna top it off with
A little butter pecan, a little caramel drizzle.
a little butter pecan, and for me, since I choose to try to abstain from sugar,
Girl,
guess what I have? Where is it? Oh, I'm not gonna open it because this is just really for show. 90% dark chocolate. Wait, cousin, can you show me your butter pecan?
Yeah, look at this.
Look at
Give
that.
me that 1950s.
1950.
Who eats butter pecan? Me?
Him? I can't. Yo, I'm a foodie. I'm not that picky about my food. If I have butter pecan in my freezer right now, it'll be freeze dried. I don't mess with butter pecan. I don't get it. But anyway, there's history behind that. But look, 90% dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate works, and that's actually really heart healthy for you too.
Dark chocolate. The thing is, I end up eating the whole candy bar. So that's the whole thing. All right.
You can eat it one of these.
Okay, so thank you so much for being on with me,
Yeah,
Daniel. I love you so much.
Yeah, thank you all.
And thank you for just sharing your journey because I know you're going to inspire others.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is Pamela's Butterfly Life, Girl by Mitch's Kitchen, and I'm a health coach at your service.
And if you want more information, you can follow me on TikTok. It's Danny Trades. And on Instagram, I'm King_DLIV as in Victor. And you can follow me for more content. I'll be posting more information and just encouragement and things like that. And just sharing my journey. So feel free to tap in. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Yeah, and then I'm going to have all of your...
Yeah, we're gonna pin it to the comments.
Yep, to the comments. So Thank you so much. Always put yourself first. I believe that we are beautiful. We deserve to be in a healthy mind, body, and spirit. Thank you, cousin.
Let's go.
Look, I got the sweet baby Ray. Hey.
Nice accent to the party.
I love y'all.
See you.
Thank you. Bye.